Hello everyone, it's Kari from sunshineinmypocket.com. Today I have some fun projects using these Heffy Doodle products. This stencil is so neat. It's called the Arizona stencil. So how could I resist, right? Because I'm from Arizona and so I loved this stencil. And it's really interesting because it has a break in the center as you see here, and I am going to show you how to use this. It makes a really brilliant background as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just tape down this bottom portion onto my panel, and I'm going to ink it up with some Distress Oxides. I've got a couple different greens here that I'm going to use, starting out with the peeled paint. Then I'll add a little brighter of a green, but I'm just going to ink up the cactus and the kind of the ground here. So this is where I'm adding that extra green, and you're going to see how amazing. Look at this. It's beautiful. I love this stencil. Now I'm going to do some of the background. So first I'm going to place my panel in this direction because I want to make those mountains. And these mountains remind me of mountains in Sedona, which are a little bit reddish brown. So I am going to use the rusty hinge to start out with to ink these up, and I'm going to get lighter and lighter as I go down towards the cactus and the ground, and then I'll add a little bit darker with this one here, which is the brushed corduroy, and that will give these mountains some definition. This really looks great. Look at that. So there is that section. Now I'm going to show you when you put it in the other way, it creates a mask for you. So I'm masking those mountains that we just inked up, and now I'm going to add a little bit of sunshine here, and this will be a yellow, just lightly inking that because I want to add one more set of mountains in the background. I'm going to clean the stencil off in between each time that I ink it up. That way I'm not getting any extra ink that I don't want. And I turned the stencil over so it's opposite of the first way that I inked up those mountains, so it's not going to be the exact same mountain range. So there's a lot of different looks you can get with this stencil. Now I'm lightly inking this on, and look at this. So it looks like it's in the background. So the darker ones look like they're coming more forward, and the lighter mountains are receding into the background. So that is a really great optical illusion that you get. Now I'm covering up the second set of mountains with the mask just by putting the panel in the opposite direction, and then I'm going to make a sunset. So I'm using some oxides in oranges, yellows, and adding this pink to the top, picked raspberry to the top, and that's really going to make it pop. These oxides really blend so well together, and take a look at our sunset that we get. Really pretty. It looks like Arizona. It really does. I decided that those background mountains were disappearing just a little too much, so I'm going to ink them a little bit darker. That way they will stand out a little more from that sunset. Just lining this up, getting it perfect, and adding a bit more of the rusty hinge. Not too much though. I don't want it to really compete with the forward mountains. Just a little bit. There we go. So there's our background, and now it's time to color up some llamas. Now I love this set from Heffy Doodle. This is one of their new sets, and I adore it. I thought I'd show just a little bit of the coloring, not all of it, but just a little bit of how I liked to color these llamas. I have a couple different ways to share with you, and first I'm going to just color their faces with some E markers, which are some light tans, and now I'm showing you how I'm doing a couple of these llamas. I'm making like a C mark, so it looks like the letter C. Some are facing forward and some are facing backwards, and I'm doing the C with the darkest color of my color combination. Then I'm going to go over it with a lighter color. So I started with the E55, and now I'm going in with the E53 just to blend that a little bit. And then I'll take the even lightest color, which is the E51, and color over the whole thing. This is going to give the llama a look like he has a little bit curly hair, and it's just It's really fun. It gives them some character. So now I'm just going to stamp on my sentiment. I chose the one that says, "You are LLamazing." I love that sentiment. So cute. And then I cut these out with the coordinating dies, and I added a cactus, 2 little llamas, and a sombrero there. And this is just a happy little card. I love the expressions on their faces. Now I'm going to show you one more card I'm making with the llama set. I'm just going to take 3 different colors of cardstock. This is a lightweight cardstock. And then I'm going to ink on just a little bit darker of that color. So it's kind of monochromatic, and sorry for all the shifting here. I was really inking my heart out here. So this yellow, I did a little darker yellow with the fossilized amber. And then for the green, I chose to use the shabby shutters on this one. So I've got a green, a yellow, and a blue panel that are inked up with this beautiful stencil from Heffy Doodle. Now I'm just going to stack these 3 cardstocks together, and then I'm going to cut them at different angles, and this is going to make our background. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in just a minute. After I cut these, I'm going to use portions of each of them to create this background for this next card. So the green one will go here, and then I'll choose the blue one for the center, and the top will be a yellow. And then you get sort of a continuous look for the stencil in the background, but it's all different colors. I'm just going to stamp the sentiment. It says, "Adventure awaits, alpaca my bags." I love that. I think it's so cute. So here's our 2 cards, the Arizona desert scene with that stencil, and this one with the 3 colors of stencil in the background. And by the way, you have enough of these cardstock pieces to create 2 other cards with the similar background. Very simple cards to make, and look how cute all those llamas are. Really adorable. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Arizona stencil and the new Llamas stamp set from Heffy Doodle. I'll link everything below if you're interested, so you can take a look at these products. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help out with YouTube. And thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate your likes, your comments, and coming back again and again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, and I'll be back real soon with more card inspiration. Bye-bye.